Alright, so we're all here at the man cave, which is James and Jared's basement. Studio Parks, yes. We're going to be releasing ES Toolkit version 1.5.2 tonight.
Yep.
Hopefully. We're all working hard, which is why no one's smiling and no one looks happy.
I'm happy on the inside.
Yeah, me too. In the immortal words of Marcel, it's been so long. And we have these guys right here. Our international team members. Freedom doesn't have a mic. We got MDK right there. We got my narcissistic self filming myself. It's going to be a good night. I feel like working with the international team members was something the project really needed. I mean, in a way, it gave us a customer. We were no longer working on software just for us, just for the development team. We had people elsewhere, not even in the country, who are dependent on our software, who, when these features don't work, you're literally letting them down. They can't do their job. They can't develop without you getting your shit done beforehand. So it kind of gave us that little extra kick in the ass to get our stuff in order. Alright, what the hell is that? I've been secretly watching Marcel so I can record every time this screws up, and this is another screw up. Oh,
I got the
wow,
correct.
dude, that is so bad. Look what he did to the toolkit. For real, this cannot be in 1.5.2 if we're releasing it tonight. Oh my.
So one question.
Dude, that's so.
It's like you're playing.
Alright, I'll screw up the
solitaire.
side. I'll screw up the side.
Like when you win.
Do I want to make it scroll when the mouse just hovers in this position, or when I move it?
You mean I like
Hover's fine. Yeah, hover's fine, dude.
What event could I process it in then if it's just sitting there? There's no event for idle.
I think you've got more
on mouse, not do crap.
Jesus.
So we've got another really important feature that just got added. Something that makes multiple areas and levels being worked on in tandem a lot more efficient.
This is the last one I'm doing. I'm fucking gone. Like,
Copy and paste. So, check this out.
Alright, hold up. What's around?
You can select a whole bunch of stuff and literally move it to another place.
Oh, wow.
And it works. Granted, it only works for one layer at a time.
That's all you need, man. Do it 4 times, you got 4 layers.
That's way too much work. He needs to make it work for all 4. And that'd be pristine.
Okay, so we just added a couple new things that Falco did. Cut and paste, and then default transform, which will be there once you start manipulating the map view, so you can go back to something that's more standard like this.
Right.
But each one of these icons are linked up with a Q action. So the actions do exist, for instance, for cut and paste.
Yep, we did the back end.
So
now we got to make fancy little trendy icons for the front end, because
I don't even know how to use cut and
it's
paste.
like icon, text. It's not our job, though. I know whose job it is. Well, you ready to make us some icons? Alright, the first icon's done, while Jared works on getting the Linux build up and running.
Yeah. There's just the non-hover, and then hover over and click.
Oh, hold on, let me focus on it. Let's paste. Oh, yeah, that's pretty sweet. Little clipboard. Well, what resolution is that?
It's smaller than 30 by 30. I think it's around like 24.
Okay.
24 by 24.
Well, that's one
30
down.
by 30 is like the size of the button. Or
Right.
32 by 32 or something like that. So.
Right.
How do I...
Only like 50 more to go.
So come check this out. Ignore the black particle lines, floating point inaccuracies. Shut up.
Oh yeah, as though you were the one who figured that out.
I don't care. Now look, check it out. See, I'm zooming way the heck in. My selection works beautifully. I'm going to zoom out across this entire world, select this full building, and just lay it in this general area over here. Click.
Wait.
Just tile it across the world. Yeah,
I'm not gonna lie, that's actually fucking awesome.
Heck yeah.
That's actually genuinely badass.
Now, time for scale and all that other stuff. We'll get
that.
That
Is scale, Dick Mike. You mean rotate?
Rotate, yes.
Time to scale.
Shut up.
So, Jared and I have been working on implementing core entities into the toolkit, which, for the Unity 3D folk, that's a game object. Except for entity sounds cooler. So, here's Lauren, Tyler's level. So, go to area, add entity. That creates an untitled entity. So right now, there's no components or anything. You just have an entity. That's this semi-translucent gray dude. And he's got a name and a transform, basically. So we'll name him dude. Let's say you want to move dude to, it's at 100, 100, 100. Let's move him to 200 on the Y. It should update. Yep. Say you want to move him to 200 on the X. Moves him over. Let's say you want to scale him by 2. Boom, scales. Actually, say you want to scale him by 20.
Wow.
And then you should be able to rotate. And that...
Degrees, or let me see that.
That's in degrees. The engine's in radians, so...
Wow.
There's a little bit of Reese conversion going on there, but we're doing that behind the scenes, so... It'll be alright. So we're working on implementing our first component into the toolkit, attaching it to our first entity.
Right, in the last chapter I talked a little bit about component-based design as opposed to inheritance-based behaviors that you can attach to objects in games. So this is Unity, and here's a cube.
Our favorite engine ever.
So this cube, which would be like a base entity in our engine, I can attach to it, here we go, a mesh render, for instance. And I'll drag on this material, and boom. So there's an added behavior that was in a component like slot-based addition as opposed to inheritance. So, Falco.
So what we've done in Unity 2D, aka ESTK151, here's the base entity I made earlier. His name's Test1. He has no components attached. I can go to Entity, Attach Component. None of these are implemented other than renderable. I attach a renderable component. Suddenly, he's not translucent anymore because he's actually rendered in the scene. Now you can set things like his color. We got a fancy little color swaps. Maybe I want to make him pink. So he's pink now. So now, as part of the renderable, also you can make him textured. So apply a texture. Red is just the default error texture since I haven't specified a texture. It's not fetching one correctly, so it shows that. Let me find me a texture. Party member 1. Alright, it automatically populates the sheet width and sheet height. Then you decide if it's a sprite sheet, the dimensions of the sprite. So the sprites in this sheet are 32 by 64 pixels. And you decide what the starting frame is. So the start frame is 0, and you hit reload texture, and boom, we got our character. Then you can go play with his size. He should be 32 by 64. Boom, you got a character. And then, as you can see, by alternating the frames, you can animate him or whatever. This would be useful for like Lua scripting, things like that. You can jack him up, rotate him, all that kind of stuff. I mean, yeah, he's...
Right, you never have to run or compile or anything like that. This is all happening dynamically, so game designers have as much fun as you want to.
Having Jared on the team is a very, very strong driving force that complements Falco very well. You know, he brings a lot of understanding of Unity and different types of game design that Falco may not have thought of before. So I think even more than Marcel, he really complements Falco's work in driving force. Like it's yin and yang.
Alright, one of the major issues that all the artists were having with the toolkit is the fact that they didn't want to see all the different dock widgets at the same time.
They don't like the widgets.
Some that are more vital at certain times than others. So something that we've always wanted that we have now is you can, any of these dock widgets, there's 6 of them, you can click drag and float them and put them wherever you want to. They don't have to be there. You could close these out. Don't need that. Don't need any of these. And like, for instance, if you had dual monitor setups, you could have one monitor displaying the entire sheet view.
Oh, it's down here.
Oh yeah, it's way down here. Or well, it's back now. It's over here. You have the whole monitor for the sheet, so you can select the entire sheet, then drag it back over here and paint.
So basically, you can have one big map. Disable disable everything. So yeah, you can have one big ass map on one monitor and the selection on the other one if you're in map editing mode, and that's all you want to do as an artist. Yep. And then you added the default layout, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Now you can hold on.
Yeah,
default layout changes everything back to the way it was.
Right.
So I'm implementing.
Hold on. All right. Okay. All right. So apparently Marcel screwed something up. That's why we're gathered around.
I'm implementing auto scroll so that when my mouse approaches this region of the screen at a certain velocity, it scrolls by that much.
Right.
Here's the problem: I reversed the flow so that it's scrolling this way instead of
the flow
that way. And what's going on is it's so far to the left of the scene that now it's just rendering garbage crap. That what just happened?
What is going on?
I have no idea.
All right.
But
So you reverse the direction. And
so I start going this way, and then like things.
I
Just
don't
start
even
appearing.
see anything.
Yeah.
You shouldn't cross the beams.
Look at that.
Like
Look,
that.
whoa. I don't know what is going on here. Look.
Looks like he's just taking
Looks
that
like
layer of grass tiles. And
He just screwed up a lay. Oh my. Okay, he ruined the toolkit. All right, we're
got his
not
own branch,
allowing
right?
that commit in the
He's
repository.
got his own branch, right?
He's got his.
Yep.
That is in your own branch, right?
Yep.
All right, good.
is.
So this is the splash screen that I've been working on for the ES Toolkit.
So this is our latest super secret trendy edition.
Right, no, we've been just trying to make everything look really sharp and really good, so we came up with the idea of doing a splash screen so we could keep up with our version of the toolkit that we're releasing. And then, you know, anybody using the toolkit could click and go see the newest release notes and all the new updates that we've made on the toolkit. So it's got all the team members listed, uses the Elysian Shadows font that we've got, you know, that we've been set with for right now. And then
the trendy purple color.
yeah, it's got some of Kinetic's concept art in the back. That might be Sofa Kinetics, and then some of our pixel characters.
Pixels.
I think James really brings a lot of the branding and feel of Elysian Shadows. We never really had the trendy purple or anything like that until he came to the team.
What he brought was something more artistic. He really brought a style, a label, a brand, a look to the project that wasn't there previously.
James wanted me to implement his Q splash screen, so check it out real quick.
Look at that. There is actually a splash screen on that.
How trendy is that?
That is pretty sweet. I love the periwinkle purple.
Purple text.
Yeah, absolutely.
Put that everywhere we can.
By the way, he said it so it stays up longer. It's not actually going to be in your grill.
James, you think we
that
can maybe do a
entire
border in periwinkle purple too? Maybe?
Some
time. Some transparent fade effects.
some sneak peek.
Just like that does look really tight. You want to put a border? I like how it sits there. Can you just click out of it? Well, no, I have it just on.
He just bumped the timer.
It's on like 50,000 seconds.
All right.
All right, so come check this out. What I've been working on over here is.
I hope it
a
crashes.
series- huh? Yeah, I've been working on making the scene view more interactive and fluid, and so I've been adding a couple features that were in the old toolkit and a couple new ones. As you know, in the scene, you can select terrain and tiles and crap like this. I thought it would be cool if you could select nothing. Okay, I've got nothing selected.
Right.
And when that happens, I can go ahead and just click my mouse, which is normally a place tile button, and you notice it turns into a hand right here.
Oh,
And I'm-
sweet. So you got a pan in there?
Yeah, I'm able to pan around like this, and though it's not in right this second, the middle mouse button is going to be that exact same behavior. Oops.
Part of the problem is we don't have a mini map, and maps can be really big in Elysian Shadows. So we want the artist to be able to navigate quickly. So we want to be able to pan, but we also want to be able to zoom out. All right, so we're looking at Marcel and Jared's new brainchild, the latest big feature in the toolkit.
So if you guys remember in some of the old adventures in game development, I had undo redo in one of the old editors. I don't know if I ever got to show that off.
I don't know if you did.
But
It was there, though.
I don't remember that actually.
yeah, it was there.
I believe it.
But I've always had a bunch of undo redo commands, at least for terrain selection in the toolkit. But the thing is, I had no actual way to call undo redo from the UI itself. So
Right. So Qt provides
That's
what
where
is a
Jared's
undo group,
ingenuity comes in.
and you can sit down here in the bottom right hand corner. So it's a lot like the history view in Photoshop.
Oh,
As I start making commands.
All right, he's placing tiles, and it starts populating almost like it is an undo stack.
Right, and then you can go back here and you can jump back.
Oh my God!
In
So
history.
you can go back in time
Exactly. And you can use the hotkeys too for whatever you want to do.
for Control Z, Control
Why?
Y.
Yep.
We are so legit.
So YouTube, you ready for some edumacation? Okay, we're going to explain how the history view works. First, to understand the history view, you need to understand the command design pattern. So with command design pattern, anything that you want to happen, actions like changing the name of the level, editing its size, placing tiles in the area, all those things need to be compartmentalized into a command. And we use Qt's framework to do that.
Qt's framework supplies you with one primary object that is basically the central object in all of the undo framework, Q undo commands. This object is basically an interface that forces you to define an undo, a redo, and a merge with. Merge with is how you chain commands together. Think about a word processor. If you type a word, hit undo, it's going to undo the whole word, not a single character. Moving forward, Q undo commands. Because this is an interface, it allows you to use polymorphism to stick them in a stack over here.
Right, and the Q undo stack is the next piece of the puzzle. So with the undo stack, you have clean states, and you have the undo commands that you pushed on. With a clean state, every time that you do, several actions and then you save, it sets a clean state. It's a time you can revert back into history and, pop off all those commands at one time. So when you open, you have no commands, you do some commands, save, clean state.
Now, our actual implementation of this has been pretty abstract until now. In the toolkit, we have project, level, and area. Areas are what the level designers are actually working with. They're the physical maps. And just like in a Word document, how you can't edit multiple documents at once, that's how it is in the toolkit. So we have multiple areas within a single level. Area, area, area. But we're only dealing with one stack at a time, which is this highlighted one. This is showing the current stack. All of these are grouped together in what's called a Q undo group. Qt does supply that object.
Right. And each area has its own respective stack.
Now, within the toolkit, we inherit from Q undo command. We define our own command, terrain undo, for example, when you place terrain on the map.
So, I had to implement something tonight to not get shown up by everyone else on the team. So I did a little something. Believe it or not, since the dawn of time, which also happens to coincide with the dawn of the toolkit, we have not been able to create new levels or new areas through the toolkit. You had to actually go to your hard drive and make a new level, a new area folder.
But it was all there in the back end,
manually.
right?
No, it wasn't there.
Compliments me.
And,
Never
and
mind.
everyone would bitch at me about it, and I didn't want to do it. So anyway, but now, check it out.
Well,
No longer. So I can go File,
hold on.
New, Level. We have a new level, but there's no area. So File, New Area. Well, new level 1, new area 1. So let's say new area 1, I want this to be Town 1. Well, renamed it to Town 1.
There you
And
go.
let's say I want it to be a 100 by 200 map. That's cool with me.
Okay,
Redo
the
it.
settings over here on the right side.
I want to name this level, we'll call it Forest for Fantasy Star Online or something. So yeah, you can add, remove, rename, and obviously Tyler already had fun with rename because he named one of the towns Ass Douche, I think, or I did that, I don't even remember. But, you can also remove, so level, remove. You sure you want to permanently delete the current level? Yes, boom, done. Alright, so this is like the most exciting thing ever for me. I don't know why, but this is it. This is it, guys.
Just when you thought our toolkit
Could not get any better, any trendier, have any more features.
Okay, so notice I've done some tile placement here. Go look at the asset view real
Dun
quick.
dun dun. All that for an asterisk.
Look up a little bit. Save.
Save. Oh my god. Hold on, do it again. Let's make sure it actually works. Oh, look at that. Asterisk.
Oh, yeah.
No asterisk. Do it again. Do it again. Oh, do it again. Oh my god, it works.
I could do it for multiple levels, but I'm not gonna
No, we'll take it one step at a time. What do you think about that new
That's
feature?
pretty freaking sweet. That's definitely something that's needed. It adds enough flavor, and it's useful.
Maybe we can make the asterisk purple.
So the release of 1.52, easily the most exciting night of this past year for me. We have all of the features I could have ever wanted. I mean, undo, redo, everything. I mean, this is the toolkit that I've been waiting to have my hands on this entire time.
1.5.2 is going to be great for all the artists because we haven't had something that the artist could actually pick up and use and make sense, and I think 1.5.2 hits that. It was like we were out of the woods, like we'd been in this void, like in this dark place. ES had been in this dark place for months, and once we released it, we were out of the woods, we're back on the highway, we're moving to where we want to be, and it kind of gave us a standard in which to keep rising above every time for each incremental release.
So now that all the actual deving is done, we're entering my favorite part, the narcissistic Facebook pictures. I'm in here in the bathroom trying to get my Super Saiyan hair to show through, and here, I'll show you what everyone else is up to. I guess we're all preparing for the image. Oh, clearly Falco's drinking his dev scotch over there, of course. Look at those scotch rocks, and I don't even know what that is.
Whiskey route.
And what are you guys doing?
Getting the toolkit set up on every monitor.
On every monitor, this big, oh, I see QT on the
We're
giant
gonna take
screen.
some really narcissistic Facebook pictures.
Well, how many of those
And,
have you had?
Not that many. And we wrote something about chapter 18 just to hype it up
On this board right here. Damn, look at all these monitors.
It smells like.
That's the way it's done.
It does smell like scotch, doesn't it?
All right, Marcel, explain what you just
Just
did.
help me, guys. Don't record it. God damn it.
What?
I'm trying to make that my
Look at
Facebook
that.
picture.
Marcel changes the entire Facebook group picture to his narcissistic ass. I'm like, oh, there's a comment on Elysian Shadows. Like Marcel's face, like.
Nice.
How do I fix it? Seriously.
I don't know. I think we should leave it up for a bit.